They did it in secret so the world wouldn't know. But if they hadn't done it, the Nazis would have won the war. What was it? In this video, we'll find out what schools don't teach us about algebra. What do you think of when you hear the name Alan Turing? Perhaps some strange computer scientist who was ahead of his time, or maybe the famous AI test named after him. Well, he was actually a top-secret government agent tasked with helping the Allies win the Second World War. At the time, the Germans were using something called the Enigma code to encrypt messages. It generated billions of letter combinations per day, making it virtually impossible to decipher. This meant that every day the Germans sent coded messages back and forth between military leaders, plotting and strategizing their next move while the Allies had no idea what they were saying. All of this began in 1932 when a Polish intelligence officer stumbled across the Enigma machine. They then informed the British government, which set up a small department headed by the brilliant mathematician Alan Turing to try and crack the code. It would be a huge undertaking. But first, why is all of this important? As soon as the war broke out in 1939, Germany began transmitting military orders through the Enigma code. The British needed a way to decode them if they were going to stay one step ahead. But the Enigma machine was incredibly complicated, capable of generating 100 billion unique encryption keys. Imagine trying to guess a PIN code with 100 billion possible combinations. Just one wrong guess and your message is lost. But how did they do it? How did Alan Turing break the unbreakable code? And what does it have to do with algebra? Keep watching to find out. As the war raged on, the stakes became higher and higher. If the British couldn't figure out the code, the Germans would take over England and the whole of Europe would fall to Hitler. With the threat of invasion looming over London, Turing and his team worked tirelessly in a desperate race against time. Each day the team struggled to get closer to cracking the Enigma code. Their work led to the development of the bomb machine, a large device resembling a typewriter that was able to test thousands of potential encryption keys in just seconds. The problem was that each Enigma machine required a new key to decrypt its messages, and the German military changed these keys regularly. Turing realized that they needed a machine capable of thinking like a human brain. His bomb machine was a groundbreaking innovation and a testament to Turing's genius. Turing's invention consisted of three main components: a perforated paper tape, a keyboard, and a printer. By feeding the machine with the correct settings, operators could instruct the bomb to simulate the German Enigma machine and test various encryption keys. Once the bomb was set up, the operator would type in the intercepted German message. The machine would then start printing possible solutions until the correct decryption appeared. Turing's brilliance lay in his ability to design a machine that could mimic the workings of the human brain. The bomb didn't just crack the Enigma code. It marked the beginning of the digital age. After its development, many people said that the war would have been over much sooner. In fact, historians believe that the bombs used during World War II saved countless lives and shortened the conflict by 2 years. But now it's time to take things one step further. Let's go back in time and see how it all started. In 1938, the year before the outbreak of World War II, the Polish government handed over their Enigma code-breaking device called the cryptologic bomb to the British. It wasn't exactly the same as Turing's bomb, but it was similar. The Poles left it with instructions on how to use it. But sadly, due to confusion, the British didn't realize that it was an Enigma codebreaker until 6 months later. So you can imagine how far behind the Allies were at this point. They knew the German army was planning something big, but they couldn't understand the coded messages. When the Germans invaded Poland, the British were forced to rely on other methods to gather intelligence. As the war progressed, they noticed a disturbing trend. The Germans were sending encrypted messages using a machine called the Enigma, which was nearly impossible to decipher. The British knew they were in trouble. They had to find a way to read the enemy's communications. Otherwise, any chance of victory would be gone. And this is where our story begins. A small team of experts gathered at a top-secret facility in Bletchley Park, England. Among them was a brilliant mathematician named Alan Turing. Together, they embarked on a mission to crack the Enigma code. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. The team faced countless obstacles and dead ends, but Turing was determined to succeed. He pored over the captured German equipment, analyzing every detail. Finally, he had a breakthrough. With the help of his colleagues, Turing developed a machine that could mimic the Enigma's complex encryption process. The machine was called the bomb. Now let's meet the man behind this incredible feat, Alan Matheson Turing. Born in 1912 in London, England, Turing displayed an early aptitude for mathematics and engineering. After graduating from Cambridge University, he joined the Government Code and Cipher School at Bletchley Park in 1937. There he played a pivotal role in breaking the Enigma code, which was a significant contribution to the Allied victory in World War II. However, Turing's brilliance was not limited to cryptography. He also made significant contributions to the field of computer science. During World War II, he designed the bomb machine, one of the earliest programmable computers. In 1950, he published a paper proposing the Turing test as a way to determine whether a machine could think. Unfortunately, Turing's life was cut short when he died in 1954 at the age of 51. He was convicted of gross indecency due to his homosexual relationship. Despite the tragic circumstances surrounding his death, Turing's legacy continued to inspire generations of scientists and mathematicians. His contributions to computer science and artificial intelligence remain highly influential, and he is widely regarded as one of the most brilliant minds of the 20th century. Although the bomber was an incredible achievement, it wasn't without its problems. The team soon realized that there were several versions of the Enigma code, and that the German military regularly changed the encryption keys, making it harder to decode messages. Despite this setback, Turing refused to give up. He continued to work tirelessly on improving the bomb machine. Finally, in 1941, he developed a new version of the bomb that could handle the latest German encryption methods. It was a breakthrough that allowed the Allies to read German military communications for the rest of the war. So what happened next? The impact of Turing's work on the outcome of World War II cannot be overstated. By cracking the Enigma code, the Allies gained valuable intelligence that helped them plan military operations and potentially shorten the war by years. For example, the Battle of the Atlantic, which involved the struggle for control of the seas around Britain, raged for over 5 years. But thanks to the information obtained from Enigma intercepts, the Allies were able to anticipate German U-boat movements, minimizing casualties and ultimately winning the battle. Additionally, the Enigma code-breaking efforts at Bletchley Park provided crucial intelligence for major operations such as the D-Day landings in 1944, which marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. However, the full extent of Turing's contributions remained classified for decades. It wasn't until the 1970s that the British government declassified documents revealing the importance of code breaking in World War II. Turing himself received little recognition for his work during his lifetime. He was convicted of a crime related to his homosexuality and died believing that his legacy would be forgotten. However, his story has since been widely celebrated, and he is now considered to be one of the founding fathers of computer science. After the war, Turing returned to academia and continued his work in mathematics and artificial intelligence. He sadly passed away in 1954 at the age of 51 after being convicted of gross indecency for his relationship with a man. Although his life was tragically cut short, Turing's contributions to mathematics, computer science, and the Allied victory in World War II continue to be celebrated. Today, he is considered to be one of the most brilliant minds of the 20th century, and his legacy lives on through the many awards, books, films, and documentaries that have been created in his honor. So can you imagine a world without computers or the internet without Turing? That might have been our reality. If you enjoyed this glimpse into history's hidden heroes, hit subscribe for more untold stories that shaped our world. Thanks for watching.